Well, how y'all are this afternoon on this hot, sweltery afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range. Whew. I remember back when I was doing videos over here and it was 10 degrees outside. I'm managing that pretty good. It's 95 and I'm not doing too good. But with my next installment on, hey, I got this old used gun. The old used gun I got today is, whoop, oh, the sky. The New England Arms model, I don't think it's got a model number on it. The New England Arms manufacturers I don't see a model number. Anyway, the New England Arms single shot 10 gauge 26-inch full choke barrel. Okay, so we've had this gun over here before. Me and my cousin Ed were shooting it with the barrel that I've got on it that is 18 and a half long. It's a real cannon, buddy. But we've got a video that I want to do on a 10 gauge double barrel shotgun that has a Damascus barrel in it, on it. So I don't like to shoot modern shotgun shells out of Damascus barrel guns. So I rooted around and found me a box of 2 3/4 inch number 4 Winchester Super X. And this is a regular 2 3/4 inch length shell. Maybe it won't kick me slap down. If I'm lucky, maybe it won't kick me slap down. So I'm going to try and shoot 6 or 8 of them. And we're going to pattern it at 15 yards on that B21 target. I just got done shooting that with a TCM. And see how it shoots. I'm going to put one in there. Here we go. There's not a whole lot you can say about a single shot shotgun other than whether or not it works. Let's try this gun right quick and see how hard it kicking sees. Well, actually, that's not too bad. That's not as bad as that's about like a 3-inch Magnum 12 gauge slug out of a rifle gun. It's not too terrible. Let's ring a steel target. See how that does. Not too hard on the shoulder. That index finger got caught with that sling swivel right there. The purpose here is to get rid of these, shoot some of these up, and in turn allow me to reload them with black powder so I can demonstrate the old Belgian war barrel double barrel on the Guns Over 100 series. I see it kicks a little harder every time, or I get a little weaker every time, one of the two. I don't know if I get this done or not. They don't kick as bad as, say, the 3.5-inch Black Cloud. You know, they really kick. I mean, and I've got enhanced stock weight in this one. I took the steel slug out of it that the factory installed in it and replaced it with a piece of copper pipe with molten lead in it to increase the butt weight and try and make it kick a little less. The old Cardinal, he's beat it, ain't he? Yeah, I don't want to get him involved in it. Oh, everything's hot over here. Whoa. It's really putting a shot load in it. 6 may be all we get, huh? I'm getting a little tired. I've got a box of these at the house in 7.5. 2 3/4 inch, 7.5 10 gauge, and I'm threatening to take it dove hunting this year. Poor little dove. That's mowing the weeds on that backstop, buddy. Ten gauges are getting hard to find. Browning made a BPS in 10 gauge for several years, and I think they've quit. This gun's no longer in production. Of course, Harrington Richardson's completely out of business. You know, if you see some with H&R on it now, it's either made in China or Brazil. You see the Stevens is around used for sale every once in a while, but they don't last long. Whew. Got two more. I think I can take two more. The things I do for my subscribblers. We're having fun. What the heck? Beat it, will you? I can't. You probably run in there just about the time a Claymore mine goes off. One more. We got one left. All right, let's see if I can wring that old steel silhouette down. It's getting hot. It's already hot. It's hot anyway. All right, one more. Here we go. Oh, I've got through it. I managed to make it through it. The amazing thing is, these guns in today's market, even as used guns, command quite a bit of value. 10 gauges, there's still people out there that desire the 10 gauge, and the 10 gauge still has a working value. 10 gauge deer slug, bear country, yeah, pretty effective. 10 gauge steel shot on waterfowl, yeah, it's the way to go, I think. 10 gauge not so much for rabbit hunting and stuff like that because it's so much to pack, you know, and you get a dog involved in it pretty easy. There's a lot of shot flying around out there. But a 10 gauge turkey, see, you can still use lead on turkey. So, you know, shells like these are effective turkey rounds. I've never turkey hunted a day in my life. But if I did, this would be my gun. What put the 10 gauge on the skids was the 3.5 inch 12 gauges. You know, when they come up, H&R made a single shot in 3.5 inch 12 gauge Magnum. Man, you couldn't shoot it. Just, you know, it didn't have a counterweight in the stock or anything like that. When it came out, you just couldn't shoot it. 870 and Mossberg both have a 3.5 inch 12 on the market currently, and the 3.5 inch 12 is pretty effective, you know, and a little bit less to pack and so forth. And you can shoot a regular 2 3/4 inch high-bright shell out of it, or even a AA, you know, whereas with this thing, the only thing you can shoot out of it is 12 gauge, and you can't even get these anymore. These 2 3/4 inch standard high-bright shells for 10 gauge are unobtainable. You can't even get them anymore. So, you know, the 10 gauge is still viable, and this gun is probably worth somewhere around $350 if you saw it for sale somewhere. So, based on that, I've always hung on to it because, you know, we go western Kentucky and go duck hunting every once in a while, and, you know, first time I ever went, I worked at Kentucky State Penitentiary at Eddyville and was invited on a duck hunt. And I went to the Armory Gun Shop. It used to be run by Joe Storm over in Princeton. And he sold me this gun and a box of steels. And I shouldn't shoot steel through a full choke gun, just to tell you the truth, but I got away with it. And I killed a duck, and it was pretty cool. You know, you picture me sitting out there freezing my hind end off, and it's sleeting, and we're sitting there watching a bunch of decoys, and I'm sitting there with this gun across my lap in a boat with my gum boots froze to the bottom of it. That was my first duck hunt. But the 10 gauge is still a viable gun. And this is probably the best one to have because it's the cheapest one to buy, even though it costs over $300 for a used one. It's the best shooter, and you're not going to fire that many rounds out of a 10 gauge anyway. I fired more rounds today out of a 10 gauge than I have in the last 10 years. Well, that's about the size of that little demonstration on shooting 10 gauge shotgun, and that target, I ain't even go down there and look at it because it's just shredded. It's just ridiculous. And like that, so like to take Sheriff I commentate and some scribble, and I'll reload these shells, and we got a couple old Belgian hammer guns for our next installment on Guns Over 100. All right then, we'll see y'all.